school experience. So you're going to see and hear from a lot of key staff members and individuals who will be supporting you throughout the year. Now, I first want to welcome you. I'm excited. That's a picture from last year's graduation, and it is something that we want for all of our children. And really, that's what we do. Make sure that we're preparing our students to earn their high school diploma in 4 years. Okay, some of you, you've got 2 more years. Some of you, you've got 3 more years. All right, and as you know, time moves fairly quickly, so we really want to maximize that time so that you all can do your absolute best as you earn your diploma. And there are 3 areas that I want to share, because these priority areas, if you look at them, and if you were with us last year, you'll see that they are similar to what we did and what we focused on last year. And we want to let you know we're doing something that doesn't often happen in education. We're remaining focused. We're continuing down the path that we put in place because it is proven and it is delivering results for our young people that we're excited about. And some of our data, which will be announced tomorrow, is what they told me. You'll see some improvements in results, which we're really excited about here at Jackson Reed. But just so everyone's clear, one thing that we're continuing to focus on are our career academies. And many of you moving into your 10th grade year, even if you're into your junior year, we put a lot of time and effort and energy around our academies because we believe and we know that students that are aligned to an academy not only attend school at higher rates, but they also perform better and have a stronger sense of belonging because they're connected. And we know at Jackson Reed, we're a very large school, and it helps us make a large school feel small. It helps our students be connected by having an academy that is aligned to their interests. And as we drill down around that career academy students, we're focused on post-secondary planning. Okay, making sure that all of you have a plan for what you want to do after high school. Whether that is college or whether that is going straight into a career, we want to have a plan for you, and your counselors and other individuals will be working with you in developing that plan. The next piece is literacy. And when we talk about literacy, we've been doing a lot of writing. We write across the curriculum here. And now this year, students, and I'm glad your families are with us, because we want you to all hear that not just writing, but this year, we're going to be focused on evidence-based writing. So whatever the text is that you're working on, whatever the problem set, whatever the lab report, we want you to write and ground your writing based on evidence, because that is something that's going to further prepare you. So we're going to continue to focus on that this year. And lastly, overarching goal and priority area for us is attendance. Because we all know the importance of attendance. Attendance matters, and we know our students will not learn as much as we know they can and are capable of learning unless they are coming to school at a higher rate. And as I drill down on attendance, specifically chronic absenteeism, those students who may be missing at least 10% of the school year. So we're just going to click the microscope on that, make sure that we're working with our attendance counselors, that we're providing the necessary interventions so that our students will come into school this year. Now, like I said, this is a very large school. I want to make sure everybody's aware of the individuals who helped me do this work. And these are individuals that will be working and supporting students throughout the school, and you will see them, some of them tonight. You'll hear from your assistant principals this evening, but you'll also see some at events, programs. You might get a response to contact them via email based on their body of work. So I want to let everyone know Ms. Robinson, she serves as my designee. She supports all grade levels here and is our Aspen grade book manager and master scheduler. A big round of applause for Mr. Bargeman, who's going to be leading the 10th grade class this year. We have Mr. Anthony, who will be supporting our 9th graders. Mr. Minsker is the assistant principal for our senior class. And Ms. Ojibo will be looping up with her 11th graders as the assistant principal for the 11th grade class. And we have Mr. Paul, who works and supervises and supports the facilities here at Jackson Reed. And the next row of individuals, Mr. Sorrell. He's our Director of Culture, supporting behaviors throughout the school. He's also been named our girls basketball coach. When I mention the academies, we have 3 incredible directors, and the academy directors, to me, are an extension and also a bridge of the work that happens in the classroom and the support that counselors provide, because they oversee the academies, make sure students are matriculating along the courses and earning any industry certification. They're setting up field trips. They're bringing in speakers to talk about careers, and those are Mr. Wims, Ms. McClure, and Ms. Lorenzo. And then we have our athletic director, A.D. Arrington, and somebody new joining us here at Jackson Reed as our Director of Specialized Instruction is Ms. Wade. So if you are a student or a family that has a student with an IEP, Ms. Wade will be supporting and making sure that the compliance is appropriate. And last but not least, a very important person on our team is Ms. Lawrence, and she sends out the communication. So families, if you are not receiving the weekly e-news or any mass communication that is going out, please see the QR code that's outside on the tables. Let's make sure we have accurate information for you so that this way you can get and hear firsthand what is truly taking place at Jackson Reed and getting the official communication from Ms. Lawrence on staff. Now with that, I'm going to bring up Mr. Bargman, who's going to continue with the program. Big round of applause for Mr. Bargman. Thank you.
And sorry for the interruptions in esta introducción. Hay servicios acá atrás, desde the video interpretation in Spanish. We have a little headsets for you up to that. Thank you.
Thank you. So, good evening, everyone. I will be the assistant principal over the 10th grade class this year. Can I get a show of hands of all the 10th graders that are here tonight? Good. For the 10th grade team, the support team, we have several people. Some of them you will hear from tonight. Others you will meet when you get here on Monday. So I have our attendance counselor, Mr. King. We have, who's here today, we have a very powerful group of counselors. We have Ms. Amaya, she's here today. We have Ms. Gupta.
I'm here.
She's here today, and you will hear from them later. We have our bilingual school counselor, Ms. Navarrete. And we have 2 social workers, Miss Madry and Miss St. Clair, that will be helping on the 10th grade team. Just repeating, the Director of Culture is Mr. Sorrell, and we have 2 deans. You see, they look like twins, don't they? We have Ms. Johnson and Mr. Scott. Next, we will have Ms. Ajibo. She'll be introducing the 11th grade team.
Thank you, A.P. Bargman. Greetings, family. Can I get a show of hands for 11th grade families in the building? Hi. Nice to see you again. I'm super excited to start another year. This is my sophomore year at Jackson Reed, so my 2nd year. I'm super excited to loop up with our 11th grade class and prepare you for graduation. So let's dig into our class team. So we have Larry Anderson, who will continue to be our attendance counselor this year. Ms. Brittany Roach and Taylor Larman are our professional school counselors. We have Ms. Navarrete, who is our bilingual school counselor. New this year is our social worker, Ms. Allen, who is amazing, and then Mr. Morales is our bilingual social worker. Our ALC or ISS coordinator is Mr. Norris. Our behavior tech is Ms. Whitehurst, who is in the building. We're excited to work with her. And last but not least, Mr. Reeves is our college and career coordinator. He has a lot of fun things prepared for you this year. We are planning for our first college tour. We're really excited. Now, technology with Dave Thompson.
year, specifically the new Jackson Reed HS website. It is the center of information. Our communications directors and a lot of support staff have been working on the jacksonreachhs.org website, where you can find almost all the information that you will be given tonight, that I'll be talking about later, and that you'll want to know in the future. Aspen. We're trying to reduce the amount of paper that we are giving out, so we really want students and parents to be using Aspen. And that's where you can find your schedule. That's pretty much in grades and updates and those types of things. If you need help with your Aspen, go to the jacksonreachs.org website. Quick links, Aspen, and then go to say you need help with something, reset, all those types of things. One quick note, we noticed that like a lot of the parents who filled out the registration form put the parents' email for their student, and that's the reason that the student's not getting their Aspen account, because the parents' email is in where the student is. So they can just contact me, we'll adjust that, and we'll make sure that the student can get into their Aspen account. Also, students need to be using student Aspen accounts, and parents need to be using parent Aspen accounts. If you are trying to register using a student account, you won't be able to, because it thinks you're a student, and they don't want students registering. So you need to use your parent account. Again, go to the Jackson Reed website for that information. Laptop distribution. We will be staying as late as we need to tonight to accommodate any parent or child that needs to get a laptop. If a parent is here without a child, the parent will need their student ID for their child and their password. We can't give a device out without logging it into the local network first. Once it's logged into the local network, we can get it to where it needs to go. But you need their ID number, which is easy for us to look up, and their password, which we can't do. That's all confidential. That'll be in the atrium under the green umbrellas at the help desk. The green umbrellas, we got you covered. That's all I got. Thank you. If you have any questions, just stop by the help desk. We're happy to help. Oh, I do want to give a shout out to Sam, who is broadcasting tonight's talk. Sam works hard, he broadcasts, so if there's any part of this that you missed, you can watch it again on Tiger TV Live and pass the word along. Thank you.
So we're going to talk about a day in the life of a tiger. And we're going to go over some of the things that happen. So when you get here in the morning, on Monday morning, for those of you who are new, there are two ways that you can get into the building. You can get in at the front or at the pool entrance, which is near where the gym is, or where the pool is. So over there where the pool is, there's an entrance there, and there's an entrance at the beginning of the building. The pool entrance has only one security line. The other entrance, the main entrance, has 3 security lines. Okay. So on the 26th and 27th, we're going to have a staggered schedule for the 26th and 27th. So the 9th and 10th graders will arrive at 8:10. And they can either come in the main area, the main lobby area, or the pool entrance. And for the 11th and 12th graders, they will arrive on those 2 days at 9:35. We're staggering. We have a large school. We want to make sure we get everyone in. We're giving out schedules during that time. So we want to make sure that we have enough time to give out the schedules to each of the 2 grade levels. And there won't be any backup. So, class schedule structure. We are on an A-B schedule and an F1, F2. And I'll explain all that. The A-B schedule will be posted each day that's A or B or F1 or F2, which is Friday 1 or Friday 2, will be posted on our website. A-Day classes will meet on Monday, Wednesday, and F1. B-Day classes will meet on Tuesday, Thursday, or F2. And I'll show you a sample of the schedule. So this is an A-Day schedule. So it's Monday, Wednesday, F1. And F1s and F2s alternate based on based on each week. So, and they alternate. So F1 will be 1 week followed by the F2. If you ever get confused and we have a break, just check our website to make sure what those days are. We arrive to school from 8:10 to 9, and this is just a sample schedule. Each class is 80 minutes. So Algebra 2, as you can see, is the first period, followed by the second period of the day, followed by lunch, and then you have a third and fourth period of the day. As I said, Monday, Wednesday, F1. On B-Day, you would have the same type of schedule. It just would be on Tuesdays and Thursdays, F2. So F2, the F1s and F2s switch alternate weeks. And you see all the classes are 40 minutes. You have a lunch. And as you can see, if you're new to this school, we only have one lunch for everyone. It is a beautiful thing that happens where students are out on the football field playing, they're sitting outside eating lunch, they're in the cafeteria. We sort of opened up the whole building. We call it student-teacher enrichment period, which students get the opportunity to go to teachers, get help with work during lunchtime. There are clubs that are meeting during that time. So it's our community building time. So I wanted to explain about, those that are new, so they know, maybe some that are may have been here last year, so you know where you're going in the building. Now we have what is called right outside of the building on the second floor. You can go straight outside and you will see the portables that are out there. They are P01 through P06. So when you get your schedule on Monday and you see that your class is in a P01 through P06, one of those numbers there, you would go out to the portables for your class. Now, all of our classes, I don't know why, they have a W in front of them. All of the the classroom numbers. So if it's W with no letter following it, it is in the main building. W200 would be on the second floor, 300 and 400. So all of those without the W, without it following by an alphabet, would be in the main building. Now, you can think of the next one, WA. All of the A classrooms are in the athletic side. So if you get your schedule and it has an A in front of you, you know that you're going to be over there. The classrooms are over by the gym. We have our library that's right in what we call the B building. And those classrooms start with B. That is the next building over. All of those start with the B. B200s, B300s are upstairs, and the B100s are below that. And the C classrooms are on this side, auditorium. They're either on this side of the auditorium or on that side. There are hallways on both sides. And if you see a C on your classroom number, the C would mean that it's in this area right here. So that's something to help you so that when you get your schedules, you're not running around lost on Monday.
Thank you, AP Garner Master. It's working. So these next few slides speak to our attendance policies. Not sure if we have an attendance counselor in the building, so I will talk over them. So students must be present 60% of the school day to be counted as legally present. When the student returns to school after an absence, counselor. This is super important. They do share their email addresses. We have QR codes so that students can submit these notes. Attendance counselors must then take the notes and process them. Okay, so if you know that you've been out 2 days, once you get back into the building, you must submit the notes. We've even had families send notes via email, which is fine. Our attendance counselors will process the notes and make sure that we update the attendance. And again, it says complete an online absence form. So there are many different ways for you to reach out to attendance counselors so that we are able to get your notes. But this is very important. Okay. So I'm not going to read through this entire slide, but we do have a protocol for unexcused absences. Yep. That's a great question. So you will be marked absent for the day if you miss 2 or more classes. So you need to submit a note if you're missing school for the day. Yes, because it will be coded as an absence. In terms of unexcused absences, teachers follow a specific guideline and attendance counselors follow the same protocol if we don't see your student in the school. So it's super important that you provide us with written documentation, even if it's, hey, my student was sick this day. Don't allow the days to accumulate, because once a student, and we know this won't happen because you will have a 100% ISA rate, which is NC attendance. If you reach 31 absences, you may FA a class, which is failed due to attendance. So we don't want that. To prevent this from happening, you must submit documentation that tells us why the student was absent that particular day. If we need to support you with anything, this is why we have to stay in constant communication. Our attendance counselors have email addresses, QR codes. We reach out during town hall meetings. We talk about attendance all the time. This is one of the priorities for the school, so we will link into this. If you have any further questions about attendance, please make sure you scan the QR code at the end of our presentation. Okay? I see your hand. We have a QR code that you can scan at the end. Okay, so let's jump into school lunch update. So lunches will remain $3. Breakfast and after school meals will be free. We encourage all families to fill out the free and reduced meal application located at that website. So if you want to screenshot this, that is super helpful for you and your family. All right, here's the fun part. Juniors, welcome. You have been promoted to off-campus lunch beginning the first day of school. Can we get a round of applause for the juniors? Last year you had to wait until 4th term, so I know sophomores you won't be able to start first day of school, but by 4th term, if you meet the requirements, you will, but our juniors will start during the first day of school, but it is contingent upon what you've done last year. So your term 4 report card has to be at a 2.5 or better to be qualified. We also have to have permission from your parent or guardian. So on this slide, we have a QR code. This is specifically for our 11th grade families. If you can screenshot this, parents or guardians, you can start the application process now. We also have hand copies or hard copies in front. We would love for you to grab one at the end of the presentation, have pens, fill it out so that we can start to process these. So that on Monday, our juniors are able to go off campus. I'll give you a moment to screenshot this page. For our sophomores, you must wait until 4th term. I know this is not exciting, but it is a step up from last year. Okay? If your parents approve and you meet our eligibility requirements, you will be able to have off-campus lunch during the 4th term, which is super exciting. It'll be warm outside, you get ice cream, but you have to come back on time. Okay?
Should sophomore parents also?
Yes, you can. That's actually actually a great idea. We are promoting for 11th grade parents to do it today, but 10th grade parents, you can also fill this out. We won't touch it until May, but you will be a step ahead.
And now we will hear from our counselors, professional school counselors.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our new families, and welcome back to the last 2 years, right? We have sophomores and juniors here. So hi everyone, my name is Ms. Gupta. I'm going to be a 10th grade counselor this year, supporting last names A through K. And I'm Ms. Amaya. I'm the other 10th grade counselor. If your last name begins with L through Z, I'm your school counselor.
Good evening, I am Ms. Roach. I am one of two 11th grade counselors. I cover last names A through J. Unfortunately, for those of you who have Ms. Larman, she is unable to make it tonight, but she says hello, and she can't wait to see you on Monday.
Our email addresses are right there on the screen. Feel free to take a picture. Our email address is also on the school website. So if you have any questions throughout the presentation and it's related to all the stuff we do throughout the school year, please reach out to us. So we do a little bit of everything within the counseling program. We do individual and group counseling, education and career planning, academic planning, college preparation. So we team up a lot with our college and career coordinators. We also team up a lot with our academy directors. So it's a big umbrella where we support all students with their social, emotional, college and career and academic development. Okay, graduation requirements. So this is something that we talk to our students about every single year through what's called an LE conversation. So this is hopefully familiar for our returning students and for our new families. This is also in the brochure that we passed out to you and on our website. So every year at Jackson Reed, they'll be taking at least 1 of 4 core classes of math, science, social studies, and English class. Then in addition to that, there are additional credits that are required: 2 world language, a half credit of art and music, 1.5 credits of health and PE, and then 3.5 credits of languages. Again, this is something that we will be talking to students about, making sure that they have a great 4-year plan with us during our one-on-one conversations with them. And that is something I do want to emphasize. Every year, there's something called letter of understanding. That means every year we meet with your students one-on-one to make sure they understand the transcript, they know what the graduation requirements are, and making sure that we have the correct plan for them so they can graduate in 4 years.
And the last thing that we want to emphasize is for the returning students, you guys should all know that we have to have 100 hours of community service in order to graduate. For the new families here who are here tonight, this might be new information to you, but here's a QR code that we provided to the Jackson Reed website for our opportunities page for you guys to start looking at different opportunities that you guys can take in order to gain these community service hours. Again, this is an important part of your graduation requirements. Please stop down and see us if you have any questions. We will be collecting the forms as your school counselor. Hard copies and digital copies are welcome, but this year we will be collecting them as your school counselor, so make sure you turn them into us. Any questions? We can take them at the end, or you guys can come and see us. I think that's all for us. Thank you.
Welcome. We are the mental health team for the 10th and the 11th graders. I'm Marnice Allen.
I am Mr. Morales, Luis Morales, and I am the ELL social worker, 9th grade, 9th to 12th.
And then there's also Miss St. Clair, who's not with us this evening. But we really just want to talk about just the importance of mental health and how we're here to support you and your student. You can always reach out to us throughout the school year if you have any concerns. We provide, there it is. We provide individual and group therapy, and then also support for any families that have IEPs or HAPA.
So we have an excellent team, mental health team in the school. We have 6 social workers. We are all clinicians. 7. So mental health is important. And we've been doing clinical work for more experts in the matter. We have been dealing with people with ADHD, depression, anxiety, PTSD, etc. So we are here with a resource for you. Encourage your children. If they have issues, any kind of emotional issue, come and talk to us. My office is in the second floor, office 200A. And Ms.
400B. Thank you.
Hope to see you there, all right?
So much. I want to emphasize mental health does matter. So if you're not feeling well, remember, the goal is for you to partner with a trusted adult in the building, and our social working team are a dynamic group of individuals who are here to support you at all times, okay? So this next slide is super important. For our families who have 504 and IEP accommodations, this is the time to sign up for those accommodations via College Board, okay? So we do have a Spanish and English form. We also have, that's digital, and then we also have a hard copy in both Spanish and English with pins in the front. So at the end, if you prefer a hard copy, you can come down to grab a form, fill it out, and leave it with us. If you decide to do it digitally, it'll send straight to Ms. Catherine Wells. Her email is at the bottom, so you just fill it out and then shoot it straight to her. She'll process it for you. It's important that we have these documents submitted as soon as possible. I think the cutoff date is September 2nd. And my goal for this group is that we fill it out today so that it can get processed. Okay, so please take a picture of this slide. It gives you the steps to complete this paper form. Again, if you prefer a hard copy, I have some in the front of the auditorium. I'll give you a moment. Remember, after you fill it out, you must email it to Catherine Wells. Her email is at the bottom of this slide. If you have any questions about accommodations via testing, you can also reach out to Catherine Wells. All right, so we're going to have Dr. Arrington come up to speak about mental health.
Sorry, everyone. I was running to the other side of the building. My name is Dr. Corette Arrington. I'm the Department of Behavioral Health clinical psychologist. DPH partners with DC Public Charter Schools and public schools in the city to put a clinician in the building. So I work alongside all the DCPS school-based social workers here at Jackson Reed, providing mental health services. And I'm not sure if someone spoke from our team, but I'm considered a DCPS partner because we are not DCPS employed, I'm DC government employed, but Department of Behavioral Health. So I just wanted to make sure that you all knew the services are here. Jackson Reed has been my school site assigned to me for the last 14 years. I'm going to my 14th year here as a DPH clinical psychologist. So there are flyers, it should be flyers on the table. I brought some more. It just lists all the services that our mental health team provides. In addition to individual therapy, group therapy, family therapy, consultation. We push into the classrooms and do programming, prevention programming, and we are here and available for your students. I'm not sure all the other partners that are with DCPS. I know we have a wraparound counselor from MBI last year. We also have a social worker from Mary Center. So there's a lot of mental health supports in the building, so please reach out and tap into us. There's a universal referral form that's on the school website, and you can easily find it. Just go through at the tabs, just counselor, and just scroll down to mental health services, and you should be able to find the online referral form. Parents can refer, students can self-refer. Worst case scenario, students when you're in the building, you can stop by my office. I'm in room 103A, which is in the nurses suite, or the health and wellness suite on the first floor. 103A. But you can also scan the QR code that's around the building. Has big signs right outside the main office that gives you access to that universal referral form. All right, thank you so much for your time.
All right, this is the most exciting part. Mr. Reeves is gonna lead the next few slides on college and career.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mr. Reeves. I'm one half of the College and Career Counselor here at Jackson Reed. Ms. Elizabeth Levinson is also a counselor here. And pretty much we help you connect yourselves to opportunities ahead, right? Everybody, I know Jackson Reed is a very large school. Most 90% of our students go to colleges and universities across the nation. But we have different pathways for students, right? We have the 2-year, the 4-year, the career education, employment, military options, and apprenticeships, which are all available to students once they acquire a certain age. There are also programs that we offer through some of our academies that allow students to be certified in certain fields. Now, what are some things that we should think about as 10th and 11th graders? I know I've said this multiple times in the 9th grade town hall. Your transcripts tell a story to admissions counselors, to program opportunities for you all. And so it's very important that you try your best, right? And I know it's a lot of pressure on having the perfect grades, the perfect SAT score, but give it, there's this movie that used to say, the Old Mission College Try. Just give it a try. Try to do your best so that when you are applying to a program that has a certain GPA, you qualify for those opportunities. Another thing is, colleges and universities are looking for academic promise based off your GPA and your transcript, but there are scholarship opportunities outside with nonprofits, different organizations that are just looking to see if you have the potential. So keep that in mind as you're going on throughout, I was going to say college, high school careers here. Another thing is, we want you to get involved. You know, not just, I'm going to take a shot at Amy Arrington, not just in sports, but like join the debate. If you like to argue during a step, which I see a lot of times students do, maybe you should go learn how to debate. Maybe you can be the next governor of DC or something like that. So these are opportunities, debate team, all these things, they build this profile. Because remember, you're applying on Common App or directly to the colleges and universities or on a piece of paper. And it's important that you have a profile of leadership and being involved. And it doesn't mean you have to be the president of the club. You can just be the stage manager. You don't have to be or treasurer. Use your talents to show your school, because this is your community, but also to different organizations that you're looking to apply to. Also, we have a wonderful tab on the Jackson Reed High School website. If you click academics, go to college and career, we have college readiness tips by year, we have access to Naviance, and juniors and sophomores, you guys are really important because you guys were like the first set of my first group. And so I'm going to make sure that I see my 10th graders out of the building. But it's very important that you get yourself with Naviance because it has a lot of tools, opportunities, scholarships, and also making sure your emails and things are up to date so that you don't miss out on email opportunities from me and Ms. Levinson. And also there'll be opportunities for you to tap into DC scholarships and other resources. If you would like to schedule a meeting with me, you guys are technically the grades that I'm responsible for. This QR code right here will bring you to a portal in which you can set up time to have a conversation with me and we can talk about different So please, feel free to schedule time. I know people say, oh, the cultural tourism is only for 12 members. No, it's available for everyone. Me and Ms. OG, she's pressed upon me how much opportunities the 11th graders need to have a college tour. And it won't be as massive as the one the 10th graders went on last year, but we are looking to have multiple college fairs that and a little away colleges and universities in the district. We're just working on finalizing those dates. Again, there's my QR code. I'm Mr. Reeves, and I look to see your bright, bushy faces on Monday. All right. Now introduce Director Lorenzo.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. It's so exciting to see so many familiar faces. So I'm one of 3 Academy Directors at Jackson Reed. My name is Tammy Lorenzo, and I'll tell you a little bit about the academies that I'm over. But we wanted to focus on NAF and CTE. We get this question often, so it's important to clarify that 8 of our academies are CTE, which means they're receiving federal funding, and then 7 of them are receiving the model from NAF. So we essentially pay NAF for the academy model that you guys follow. So the courses that you follow, the certifications that you receive, the reverse work-based learning experiences that you're exposed to, all of those. Alrighty. So Mr. Wims, which some of you may know, is over AV in graphic design, hospitality and tourism, and finance. So all of these academies are actually 4 course sequences. 10th and 11th grade, you should be at your 2nd and 3rd level. If you are not, some of you may be doubling up. Some 11th graders may be starting to do internships this summer or just completed one this past summer. Science Tech, so Ms. McClure is over our STEM academies. So biomedical sciences, engineering, and IT. Also for course sequences, STEM provides lots of certifications. So IT, engineering, and biomedical, all 3 have certifications. And then very progressive work-based learning also. And you'll see all of the different companies that we partner with for internships at the end. And then these are marketings, right? So we have AAA, which is sports marketing or sports management. We have Gerald DC, so we have 2 programs within Gerald DC. We have Gerald DC Traditional, and then we have cybersecurity. So some of you are actually doubling up, and you're doing both traditional and cyber. Some of you are only doing cyber, some of you are only doing Gerald DC. If anyone is interested, know that there is a difference, and you do not have to do both. And then we have global service and diplomacy or global studies, which is actually offers an extensive list of courses that you can take. And then these are some of the companies that we partner with. We've actually added a few this past year, but your babies will be interviewing with all these impressive companies, either during the summer or during the school year. So we have 2 main internship programs. We have CRI, or Career Readiness Program, which happens over the summer, and then we have AIP, which is Advanced Internship Program, and that happens during the school year. SYP, which is the one that most of you are familiar with, also happens during the summer. And then how do you apply for the academy? So yes, there is an application process. Most students in the past start the academy during 10th grade. That does not mean you have to do that. We're actually looking forward to this year having lots of 9th graders join you in the academies. But if you are interested in an academy that you have not started courses for, this is the application that you use. If you have any questions, feel free to email us, call us, text us. We're always available. And si tengo algunas familias que hablan en español y que estén interesadas en la academia, entonces yo sería su persona de referencia. Okay? Thank you very much.
here, a different communications. The principal has a weekly email that comes out each week, and if you sign up with, I think you can sign up outside to be a part. Make sure you get that link so you can get the weekly email from the principal. All of the assistant principals have access to either Aspen or Remind, where we can send out messages to you through those methods there. We also have our website. There is we have our PTSO, which you will hear from. We have Canvas. We have Naviance. And that's the PTSO listserv. And we also have Instagram. So we have an Instagram page for the school. So we have multiple ways that we try to communicate with parents to get messages out to you. There's a representative from the PTSO.
I am on the PTSO board, and I am one of the parent representatives for the 11th grade class this year, as well as the liaison to the LSAC. We have 4 parents who are representing these 2 classes, and our information and contact will be on the website once we've gotten that updated for the new school year, so you can find us there to ask questions if you have specific needs. You will hear from our PTSO on a regular basis via emails from me and the other class representatives to try to make sure that everyone has all the information that they need to get through this next school year. We also encourage you to go to our webpage that will give you more information about how to engage with the PTSO. One of the things I'd like to encourage everyone to do right away at the beginning of the school year is to participate by supporting our PTSO fund. Our PTSO doesn't do a lot of fundraising during the year in some of the ways that you may be used to from other schools. We don't have a gala. We don't do an auction. We do ask for support through direct funding, and then we use those funds to support all of the unfunded needs of the school. That includes, for instance, for the fees to have a website in the first place. It includes funding things that are required in the classrooms. We've provided lab equipment for chemistry labs. We fund continuing professional development for teachers. We've provided seed funding for all sorts of clubs and student-led organizations. And we provide funding to specific teachers for specific needs that they ask us for via grants. So one of the reasons that Jackson Reed is so successful is that we have such an involved parent organization, and we really encourage all of you to become as involved as you're interested and able. This year we're going to be selling a little bit of gear. We haven't done a lot of that in the past. We may be doing a little bit more of that this year. There's a taste of it out front. If you find something you like, we encourage you to purchase that on the way out, and we hope by back to school night to have some more opportunities for you to buy gear to show Jackson Reed's spirit. So please let us know if we can help and support you as you are welcomed back to school. Thanks very much.
So here's the slide
director here. Welcome to you all. I just want to tell you a little bit about our athletics right now. First, we have 2 people on my team. They are fantastic. We have our assistant athletic director, Ms. Nadira Ricks, and also our athletic coordinator, Ms. Thelma Ortega. You will see them throughout the year and attending games. How many of you guys have already gotten started in your fall seasons? Volleyball, soccer, football, any athletes here, or is it just mostly the parents? How many of you guys are interested in any sports for this season? Great. So our fall tryouts went spectacular. We had 97 kids come out for soccer, for boys soccer, 85 girls come out for girls soccer. Our field hockey tryouts start next week. Cross country started off yesterday. And volleyball, we have 45 kids. We have 2 teams this year for varsity and JV. We are trying to get as many varsity and JV teams as possible so we can get basically fostering the growth program to make sure that all of our sports are getting and staying better and better each year. I am located in room A300. If you need me, I do provide snacks for our athletes throughout the day. If you need a snack, before practice, I'm only giving them out on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. Also, athletic paperwork is huge, and I think there's a lot of misconception on how it works. I just want to briefly tell you that. We have ways that you can submit athletic paperwork through Senior Docs on the DCIAA website, or you can bring a physical copy signed. And when I tell you everything on that athletic paperwork needs to be filled out down to the name of the insurance company, the policy number, and the phone number, and every little check box, everything on that has to be filled out, or it will be sent back. I have 1,200 athletes and 38 sports teams. So when I get wonderful emails from my wonderful parents asking me if I've received your paperwork, it does not go to me first. It first goes to our athletic trainer, who is Dr. Watson. General Watson is also a member of our team. It goes to her in a mailbox. Now, mind you, she has 3 school sites, and everyone is submitting paperwork to that mailbox. So she gets 180 every 5 to 6 hours of all the athletes at her 3 sites that are participating in fall sports. It takes some time for her to go through and pick out those for every sport before their tryout. Once she goes through there and picks out those and submits it, then it comes to my mailbox. I do not see it until she sends it over. So if you ask me if I received her paperwork, I don't know. I have not. If I have not come to my mailbox, I have not received it yet. If you have submitted it Seamless Docs and your child is still not cleared, and that means the athletic trainer has sent it back to you, she gives a detailed, when I say detailed, description of what needs to be done in order for that paperwork to be complete. Even down to if the doctor didn't check if they were cleared for sports, you have to take that paperwork back to the doctor and get a second stamp, or we will not accept it because you could have just checked it off, and we don't know if your kid is actually physically available for sports. So the process is long, it is tedious, it's not something that I want to do, it is what it is, so please bear with the process. If you are a transfer, so I have some juniors that are new here, or sophomores that are new here, it is a process. It is paperwork that you have to get signed by the other school, the AD, the principals, and all of that goes down to DCIAA, and then that goes to DC State, because you have to have a state waiver in order to participate in sports if you're coming from another school and you participate in sports at that school. Again, it's a process, so please be patient. If we have any people in here that are just getting back from vacation and want to try out for football, we are still having tryouts and still available for that, so please get in touch with our coach. There's some papers on the table out there with all of the lists of our fall, winter, and spring sports with the emails of the coaches, so please reach out to those coaches. Volleyball is closed, soccer is closed. So if anybody wants to participate in field hockey or cross country, those 2 are still open, and football is still open of our fall sports. We have a fantastic sports community here. We appreciate all of you being here. Also, I want to mention we have an athletic boosters, and we desperately need parent volunteers, as well as the PTSO need volunteers. So do we, to maintain all of our athletic teams. Again, we have 38. So if anybody is interested in athletic boosters, we actually need a new president and another treasurer. Our president is stepping down. So if anyone is interested in things, it's super seamless. There's not a whole lot of work. The teams are self-sufficient. We just need people over it. The biggest part of the Athletic Boosters is a treasurer. So if you're a finance person, accounting person, please come on board. We're looking for volunteers. Again, if anybody has any questions, I'll be hanging around. A300 is my room number. And I welcome to Jackson Reed and have a fantastic year. Thank you.
Next up is Ms. Clemens, who is our club and activities coordinator.
Hi everybody, I'm Deion Clemens. I do some of the fun stuff here at Jackson Reed. Like Mr. Reed said, get involved. It's so much to do here. It's never a dull moment here at Jackson Reed. Some of the clubs that we had last year was Marvel Monday, we had ping pong, Uzo, the photography club, the creative writing club. And then also, how are you doing with one of these clubs where we're having an activity fair in September 25th during lunchtime. And I think that's one of the first big events in the building. So all of our kids go to the atrium, there's tables, there's student sponsors, the teacher sponsors are there. They get to ask questions, they get to sign up. If you go to the website now, none of our clubs are up there because we had to take them down to update the time and the dates where the clubs are meeting. So bear with me. I promise you after the fair, all of our clubs will be on the website. Thank you.
So we come to the end, and we have this QR code up here for any questions that you may have. I need a show of hands of any parents who are new parents to Jackson Reed. Show of hands, new parents. Because what I want to do with new parents is I want to give you a tour of the building. If you have some time available, I am going to be giving a tour right after this for new parents. If you have any questions, and I can answer, if you're new parents, I can answer any of the questions during that tour. If you have any questions for us, we will get back to you. You can scan the QR code, and we will get back to you. So, as we come to an end, we would like to, we're excited about the beginning of school next week. We look forward to seeing you and look